Welcome FC Barcelona faithful, the hardcores, the ultras that we've got here on the channel. We are on the cusp of MFL Season 3. If you've been keeping up to speed with the content, you'll have seen all the developments and the announcements that MFL launched and announced in anticipation of Season 3 coming out. We now have player instructions, we now have suspensions, as well as a lot of other in-game slice of life updates, which just make the game that little bit sweeter and give you that little bit extra to play for. You know we want to pick up one of those Playmaker trophies. But on the last video, we were in, we're at a crossroads. What do we do with prize asset, star player Hamadan Nasser? Do we move him on? We need to redevelop the squad. We really need to upgrade, batten down the hatches, bolster the ranks, you know, the stuff we were chatting about in the last video. So in today's video, we're going to be picking up from what we're doing with Hamada, our starred player, as well as now that we've got these new iterations and developments, what tactics, what sort of thing are we looking for in the market, and really ultimately, what am I doing to go into the market to ID players, to buy them, to sign them, to loan them, whatever it might be. And the transfer window is now open, so all the business we can do in the market, we can actually bring these guys straight into our squad and start doing some pre-season friendlies. Season 3 of MFL starts on the 5th of February, and it really couldn't be a better time to open up your account and start playing MFL if you haven't done so already. By clicking on the link that's in the description of this video, you're going to get a free player pack once you buy your club license. Club licenses cost $80 at the moment, which is essentially the cost of the game, because once you get your club, you can then go into the market and you can loan players in, you can bring in free agents and bolster your team essentially for nothing to go out and get yourself up and running. Then please do so by clicking on the link that's in the description of this video. It goes directly to supporting me and all the content here at the channel. If you get stuck, if you've got any questions, jump into the comment section down below, and at the end of this video I'll link on the beginner mistakes video that I made, which has got some top tips in it if you are starting out that you should definitely watch before you go foraying into the market, etc. And stay tuned for a full beginner tutorial breakdown that will be coming out on the channel over the next couple of days in anticipation of Season 3 itself. At any point in the video, if you do laugh, you learn, you like something or whatever, please do like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and get into the comment section and let me know what you're doing for Season 3. Have you just started playing MFL? Is this your third season, your second season? What's going on with you in the transfer market? The comment sections on these videos have always been quite interesting because there is a lot of players playing in different leagues, doing different things in their journeys, and in some of the kind of little updates that we see coming through in the comment section, it's just nice to see different perspectives across the MFL, like the pantheon of clubs and ranks and everything else that's going on in the game. But yeah, let's just get stuck straight into it, because I could just feel myself kind of motor mouthing away there. And this is a video where it is just getting straight down to business, because as you seen on the last video, Hamadan Nasser was listed on the market. We had cancelled his contract, we had put him out there available, open to offers on different terms, and like we were just trying to see, like, listen, is this a guy that on the cusp of becoming an 85 rated player? Do we maybe just want to hang on to him for another little while longer and loan him out, maybe, you know, get a nice little cut of some winnings in one of the higher divisions and maybe see him actually progress? Or could we get a nice cash injection into the club so we could just go out into the market and really, you know, have our pick of the litter for whatever cards are available out there? And over the 5 or 6 days I had him listed, I had to like cancel the listing and like alter the terms of the open to offer section, etc., because there just wasn't that much interest in Hamada, to be quite honest with you. I don't know if I'm really trying to maximise the price on him, so it's not exactly terribly enticing, I suppose, which is fair enough. But with the new development on the player instructions, if you saw that video, it just gives me a renewed confidence, a renewed sense of, do you know, some of the things I was building into the squad, I might actually be able to capitalise upon now and really maximize the, you know, the inherent squad that we've been running with, the players we've been learning about, the players we've been developing as well. But it does need, you know, reinforcements in how we're going to go about that. And I'm pleased to announce to the FC Barcelona faithful out there, Hamadan Nasser has agreed a new bumper 3-season contract. We are on the same page that we want to get straight out of the Stone division. We want to be climbing the ladder, and Hamada can be here for the long term. He can be a striker that can really be an icon at FC Barcelona on MFL for years and years to come. So that then took me back into the tactics. We're going to keep Nasser. We want to try and maximise him, as well as the other quality players that we already have in the team. And I'm kind of getting major deja vu from the end of Season 1. And I found myself building this diamond formation again, which I never actually played too often last season. And I think when I did, it felt quite stifled. It didn't really feel like it was just so. I've went back into the team instructions. I went through all the individual player instructions as well. And, you know, I'm quite confident that I'm going to get a bit of a different tune out of these players, and I'm going to actually get the sort of style of play coming across a bit better in some of these tighter matches that I was lacking and hoping for. This formation never really panned out too much last year because of the way we had to rotate players and subsequently the different player positions that we've got in the squad. Now that we've finally managed to clear out all the kind of the backdraft, the underbelly of the squad, the depth is quite shallow now, thankfully. So we've got Jensen as a backup CDM, and then we've got like a backup back four here of Fletcher, Quintana, Riger, and Zeller, and I'm really happy with all of that. Martinek and Muller, I definitely do need to replace, but Martinek being 20, this is his third season at the club, I wouldn't be surprised if he had a wee bit more to give. He has some nice kind of stats and whatever, but these guys are available. So essentially, if I've got a backup defence and a backup defensive mid, I've maybe almost got a clone of the formation I've got here, so I could just clearly rotate. But that will put a lot of pressure on having backup forwards that should be of a similar quality to the star men I've got up here. And I don't see that being cheap or likely in a couple of different ways. So number one priority is make the best 11 stronger, and the obvious place to start that with here is in Grant's position in this left side of the diamond in centre mid. So I'm going to need a left-footed centre mid. I've got Tolentino over this side, who I think is a right footer, so I might even swap them sides. We might do that so they're passing kind of in the way and stuff. But I do have fullbacks that I am planning on attacking with, so having right-sided players to play down the channel and that kind of thing, I'm kind of open to as well. But in any case, we need a number 14, it appears. We need a left-sided centre mid, and we're looking for a guy that's a good all-rounder. Once we've got that player in position, the next thing we need to do is finish up this backup 11 that we need to build. Now, we do have two, let's just call a spade a spade. In the Ice League, Martinek and Muller were effective, but in the Stone League, they have just been passengers, really, to be honest with you. I think they've chipped in with a goal and some decent appearances and whatever, but for the most part, they're definitely not of the level, especially if we want to go on and win the league or maybe even get promoted. So we kind of need to replace them as a priority, because they give us the ability to rotate our forwards as well as one of the midfield spots. Because I really like the thought of going back to the tactics that I called Plan A as like the rotation strategy, perhaps. It means I can rest two midfielders potentially, or maybe just one. It means I can rest a forward, and because there's three at the back, I can maybe rest my centre backs as well. So I quite like that as a backup strategy, but that needs left wing and right wing players of good quality. And that centre midfielder that we're ideating would be a pivotal part of this as well. And I also like these cup tactics that we played with, where we went 4-4-1-1. But again, for this to work, we would need to bring in a player that can play CF. And I think Hamid Nasser isn't too bad at CF. Still rated 78, which, in this division isn't much of a handicap on his overall score of 84. It is a big drop, of course. But as you can see, it is in his remit, so it's not out of the question we could play him and Lecoq, for example, if we maybe wanted to use this shape to rotate other players. But in this case, we would need a right mid and a left mid. So I think when we're looking for wing players, it's very important to play left mid, left wing, because then that means we've got more versatility out of them. And again, we need a backup goalkeeper. I think that's kind of obvious as well, but I've just kind of not really mentioned it at this point. And this test diamond shape might be a bit more of Plan A, as it were, going forward. I'm not going to rename the tactics, I quite like for nostalgia reasons the ones we've got here. So we're going to go scouting, and we're looking for a left wing, left mid with a minimum overall rating, I'm going to say, of 68, just to keep a wide bandwidth, because some of the important statistics, I don't mind if they're really crap at like defending or something like that, and sometimes that can play into the overall, I think. So I'm going to reduce the bar on the overall a little bit, so we'll apply that. I think for pace, if we have a wee look at kind of what is good and what's not, high 70s is nice to see that there's quite a lot of that here, but this isn't the top players. If we scroll down a little bit, yeah, kind of mid 70s. So let's imagine we want a guy that's about 75. And then dribbling, passing, shooting are all quite important. Physical, I'm not as concerned about, because they should be a backup player for the most part. But let's say shooting, if we have a wee scan across here, again, like lower mid 70s is good. There is 80s available up at the top spots, but then down low, yeah, like kind of upper mid 70s is nice, isn't it? So let's say for shooting, a minimum of 74. If we look at passing, and I don't want to sort this by best to worst, because I think that might give me a wee bit too much of a skewed view. So I'm quite a little happy to just scan across this and just look for what I feel to be like the mode or whatever the average is I'm kind of looking for here. Now, passing stats are much more varied. I definitely want a guy that's significantly good at passing. I would say I want somebody that's better at passing than shooting. So let's go for 77. Oh, and that really narrows the list. Now, the lowest player we've got here is a 73. He's a kind of jack of all trades, actually. He wouldn't be a bad player to bring in, but he's got minimum bronze, and I don't think I can do that because I'm stone. So the player just above him, Tanner, he's a left mid, left wing back with an orange left winger. Not a big fan of that. The absolute perfect position player we've got here is a silver only player. So yeah, some of these are going to be above us, aren't they? Can we change the accepted division? So that really changes it to, oh yeah, it's just really that Tanner. This Kruger guy looks pretty handy. He could actually rotate with Mooney, can play left and right mid. Interesting. I like the thought of him. But this shows me that I think we need to change the stats a little bit. So I'm going to drop shooting from 74 to 70 and see if that opens up the field a little bit. I'm going to drop the passing stat from 77 to 74. And that opens us up a little bit. We get a left mid, left wing, centre mid. Oh, that's nice. Lange here from Gaussen Factory. And he wants 5% on this now. I think this is one we can probably make an offer on here for SC Barcelona. Current contract, 5%. Number, only want 1 season. Player must play in 5 matches, else an additional will go to the agent. Yeah, so I'm going to imagine across the season, a guy like this, I can guarantee him like 5 matches, I think. At 73 rated, he's actually pretty tidy, isn't he? So it might give me actual like tactical flexibility rather than just a rotation piece, because at 73, he would become like a worthwhile player. 86 pace, 77 passing. The physical and the dribbling stats are really good. We've not even really... so I think 5% is quite chunky. So I think let's go for 2. And if I don't play him in... Yeah, he won't accept that. Interesting. So I think 5% is a little bit tasty. But let's see how we go on. So I think we need to alter a little bit of these stats again. If we can change it from... Pace is quite formidable there, so dropping that doesn't seem to change much. I think it would be shooting. So let's drop shooting to 68. And that does open us up a little bit more again. So we get Cabral here. Again, 5%. Here's a 3... Tanner's a 3% guy, but he is the wrong side of versatile for me. Let's go to 65 for shooting. There we go. So here's a right mid, left mid. That's not perfect. Do you know, I think for the Lange guy, I think we're just going to take that, because I think for 5%, I think if we do something, like, I kind of want to keep under the 20% mark. So I think if we just do this, just give him the 5%, 1 season, no clauses. Let's just do that. It's a good player. Can play in 2 different formations for me. He's got the right stats. Let's go for it. Now, what we're going to do is keep the same stats. We want the same kind of quality, ideally. But we're going to switch it over to right mid, right wing, and see what we came out with. So we see a similar name or two, because obviously some of them play both sides of the pitch here. We've got Headland here, who's a 70 rated. Oh, and he plays cam as well. He's got 81 pace, 72 dribbling, which is fun. The passing stats are nice. Dribbling's pretty tidy as well. Physical's on the low side. I don't mind that. That's Gaussen Factory as well. Are they both coming from the same team? I'm just seeing who else is here. Ideally that right mid, right wing. What stats could we change to maybe open this up a little bit? Shooting's quite low. I think I'm actually quite happy with all those stats are and the quality we've got here. So the ideal thing we're after is a right mid, right wing. And Headland at 5% flat. That's in 10% on the wings. We've still not got our key centre mid ID'd, so I'm a little bit nervous on that. But I think the main thing is to get promoted, number 1. And I think, again, both those players can play in 2 of those positions, so that really does open things up for me. Now, I want to reset all these stats. I'm going to keep that there the same, right? But we're looking for a centre mid next. So it's a different kind of... Passing is still going to be important to us, of course. Defence is quite important to me. Let's say 65. And physical is quite important to me as well. Let's say 70. And can we go to... I want just out and out CM. So CDM, CM... Yeah, I want that hard green to be in CM, because I've already got a few guys like that, and that's not what I need at this point. So, 3% here for this little guy. 55 pace, slow as a week in the jail. Dribbling's good. Passing is unreal. Defence is tidy. I quite like him, but is he the guy? Just above him, Philippe. Now, this guy should be a very important player for me. Oh, yeah, this guy has... Yeah, Felipe, I think, is the guy for me, by the way. Yeah, I like this Felipe guy, because I want my 78 defending, very good. 82 passing, brilliant. And then all the other stats are acceptable for me, but with 77 physical, he can play quite well. At 22 as well, this could be a big season for him. Iron or higher. Oh no, we can't get him. I thought I had iron. What am I? Stone? Oh, I'm a tube. Oh, I got my heart broken there. So we are left with Gayak, who is slow AF. What can we tweak here? So maybe the defensive stat, but that's quite a good one. Let's maybe change the physical down to, let's 68. Let's give that a little haircut, see if that opens us up much. No, not really. Let's make that 67, and let's change the overall to 67. Yeah, so that opens up Franken here, who, yes, is a hard green on the CM position. Nice passing. Yeah, he's a big, that Felipe guy, I got my hopes up there. That makes me want to do this in the marketplace and and see if there's a wee. So I think we'll go with 67. Passing, I think, was at 74 minimum. Defense, let's go with 70. If we're going to be paying money, let's get what we want. Physical 70. And pace, let's make it at least like 65. That guy at 50s did give me the creeps. Okay, so what do we have here? Some really OP centre mids. I think we want to change that rarity level down a bit, don't we? Let's do maximum 74. Oh, it's a left back. Pace is unreal. Shooting is mince. Everything else is what we want. How do I look at his thing to see the positions he plays? View player page. That is interesting. Do you know, I don't mind a cheat code like that. Especially at 40 quid. That feels pretty sweet. Let's change this a little bit. So we've got max 74. I think that's a good range. The pace is fine. The passing is fine. Let's maybe reduce the physical to 67. Does that change? Yeah, it opens up a bit. But again, we get this guy at 40 quid who is a CDM on the big green, which makes that left back a little bit more appealing. I wonder, I want passing and defence to be good. Let's change the physical down to 65 because yeah, like we are paying money, and let's drop the pace down to 63. Yeah, it doesn't really open us up too much there, does it? Let's do passing. Let's do defence. Okay, minimum 68. Okay, so we get a nice kind of opening up here, and then can we filter by price? Because I did quite like that kind of $40 range. That seemed quite good bang for buck. Do we have that price? Yeah, max. Let's put 46. All CDMs and then that left back. Let's change it to 50. Yeah, why didn't this guy come up at 52? That's weird. Proper CM. Romanian guy that looks like he takes no shit from no one. 73 pace is fun. Passing, brilliant. Defence is just about fine, I think, isn't it? He can improve, obviously. How old is he? 24. That's a nice little bit of versatility, by the way. A sneaky bit of right mid in his makeup. With his pace as well. Oh no, he's not there. I don't know why I thought he had 80 pace there. Yeah, I'm quite eager on that. I wonder if I can... So Barbalescu, I quite like him. And then here we've got Bono Tenny. Yeah, his stats aren't really much different. Is he younger? But 19. Oh... Yeah, so he could definitely get a lot better. Yeah, I actually don't mind buying a much younger player in that situation. See if they ever get the ability to train people in different positions. This Bodnarenko could be cheat code, by the way, with his pace. I just kind of get away from that. Like, if he can play centre mid with those stats, he should be a beast. And you know, that's the sort of hunch that I just can't resist backing. A bit of a cheat code. Let's see how it develops. And yeah, I've paid the money. FC Barcelona have done the deal, done the transfer fee, and we are now the agent, we are now the owner of Azat Bodnarenko. Now, the thing with Bodnarenko here is he is currently actually still got a contract with this team here after we've just bought him. So we're going to wait a wee minute or two for him to transfer to FC Barcelona, to get the private jet, to get to the hotel, get pictures with his shirt. The Here We Go from Fab Rom will be out there, of course. And then I think we're going after this player contracts page, and we want to be cancelling his contract because we want Bodnarenko in the building ASAP. So we've sent that request over. Let's hope that manager does the right thing, as it were. And that's maybe a game feature that maybe needs added in, that when you do buy a guy off the market like this, like it forces a contract negotiation of some sort. So I've currently got no rev share on that as well. But while I'm on this page, it does remind me about Ye Old Development Centre, which we were looking at and kind of struggling with on one of the last videos. So right before we get back into the market, let's have a wee peek at this. And is there anyone... We had some of those like young goalkeepers and stuff like that, didn't we? So who has... Yeah, like 40. Centre Development Centre. We've got tons of MFL to play around with this kind of thing. Let's put him all the way in. I think we can maybe do that for multiple. See if any of them come out good. If one of them comes out good, I'll be happy. We do have Steffens out of contract, a right mid, and he wasn't too bad, was he? Got Palma available. Do we make Steffens available? I think we do. I wouldn't mind sending him in for one season to see how that does, because he was a player that was okay. I don't mind him not going out on loan or whatever. Now, one thing I do want to check on the marketplace is goalkeepers, because I do need a backup one, and I'd rather not loan another one in again. The overall is the only thing we can look at here. So maximum, like, I don't need my backup to be great, but I need them to not screw me over. So let's say 65, minimum 63. We'll have a bit of under 23s, don't we? Alexander Benitez, a Colombian goalkeeper. We like a little bit of that. Do we need 2 Polish goalies? I don't mind a wee bit of South American goalie for a bit of flair as well, by the way. Oh, some of them are quite cheap, aren't they? There's a guy at 13 quid. I might just get him on the cheap. 63 rated. I don't think that's really what I want. Florek is 71. This Nixon Pistantes, the cheap guy, might just about do it, but he might be a wee bit too cheap. I think this guy at 28 quid is just really good bang for buck. 21, 6'2". Again, he's got this stupid contract thing on as well. And I'm going to buy this Alexander Benitez because I do think, in terms of the market, he is very, very well priced. Because when I looked at a lot of these other goalkeepers, especially like really in the grand scheme of things, like at 28 to 19, is he worth an extra tenner from a 63 to a 65? Maybe not. But this guy is 5'9". The cheapest guy is 5'9". This guy's 6'4", so he at 18 quid is maybe not too bad bang for buck. Actually, is a bit of a middle ground. But this Estevez guy, no, not the Estevez, sorry, it was a Brazilian, I think, wasn't it? 5'7", tiny. What about this guy? 6'3", not too bad. So I thought this guy, he's just 6'2", the right profile, he's got everything. It's just like, for the right sort of price, I'll just go and get him and add him in. I don't actually mind this Riccardi, but I think he's actually, I maybe overlooked him. 6'4". 22 as well. This guy is 21, so a year younger. Quite happy with that. But again, we're going to need to go into our player contract situation here and get that contract with whoever owns him cancelled. We can't do by position here, can we? No. So they're in the division below me. That must be their number 1 keeper. That definitely needs revamped in some way. Excellent. So we've got some contract. I thought we had some contract offers out. Have we maybe had them accepted or something? We sent 2 contracts out for those wingers, the right mid and the left mid. Offers received. Where do we see offers sent again? Yes, that's both to Galson Factory for the right mid and the left mid. So we can get both of them done. We get both of those cancellations done. Then we've got our backup keeper. We've got our new quasi centre mid, which I'm going to be certainly happy to roll the dice on at this stage. I think Muller and Martinek, we want to get out the squad just to clean this up a little bit. And we now, with Grant, I think we keep Grant as a backup centre mid alongside Jensen. So I've got the wingers to help me rotate with my forwards, obviously. I probably need another centre mid as depth, don't I? So I think we need another centre mid and another striker. Yeah, so we've gave up 5% each on the wingers already. I don't mind that. Accepted divisions, Stone. Let's make sure we do that properly this time. Overall, maximum, let's see, 72. Or 70, what did we have last time? Was it maybe 74? Let's say 72. Passing is quite important. Minimum 75. Defence is, again, pretty important. Let's just say 70 on this and see what we get. 2 guys, and they play defensive mid and centre mid. Don't mind that. Sadly, both of them, but CDM's over CM. Can we change that to 74 perhaps? Open up a bit. Yeah, so we get that Gayak back on again. And a guy Crespo. Oh, I really like that. Yeah, let's go and get Crespo in. He gives me vibes of that Felipe that we just missed out on by not being in a high enough division. Only wants 2% rev share. I'm cool with that. And he's a nice kind of cover option as well for the centre mid that we've bought on the market. So I really like that. Let's hope that offer gets accepted. And if we can just clear this. So we're going to go for a striker now. This guy isn't probably going to play much, ideally. This is like an insurance policy, I think, isn't it? So let's make sure he's at least like a 70 rated striker. And if he does have CF potential, I don't mind that. I don't mind him being a bit older as well. I see this guy Freund, who's 27. Physicality really poor. Shooting's acceptable. Dribbling's good. Pace is on the slow side. Let's add pace in a little bit. Let's make sure that's a minimum of... Oh, pace is quite varied on this, isn't it? Let's just say 65 so we don't have anyone pure slow. And in passing, we want to be halfway decent in case they need to square for tap-ins and stuff like that. So, again, let's just say minimum 65. And then the most important stat, shooting. Can we go for a minimum 71? Yeah, this is a nice list. Okay, cool. So, the best guy available looks to be shooting 76. Where's this 79 shooting? He's weird, isn't he, that guy? Stats wise, but this one's quite well rounded, nice pace. Oh, but the Polish guy, the 21-year-old, I quite like the look of him. He has kind of everything actually. I kind of like him. That could be some lovely depth options. I like the look of both of them. I don't think I want to do too many offers out because I think I got bitten by that before with backup keepers where I got both of them accepted, and it doesn't work out terribly well for me. With just the guaranteed, like having to shell out a percentage of the cut kind of thing. Martinek and Mueller contracts are cancelled. That should make it easier now for them to be scouted by somebody else on the market. So I think I had them available, but when I still have them in the squad, obviously it's like that player I just bought. You know, if they're under contract, I don't think people are going to be as brave as I am to go out and just buy the player and just cross your fingers the manager does the right thing and cancels the contract for you, sort of idea. But yeah, I think everyone else at the club we want to keep for certain, and we're happy to have the rest of them out and available. So we're well underway. We've had cancellations, that's all good. We've got one guy that's joined MFC Lassa today, or Lassie. So good luck, Nico Gonzalez, or Gomez, sorry, I beg your pardon. Got a few more players away to the development centre. We've brought in maybe a mad cheat code centre mid potentially, and a new backup goalkeeper to, you know, and I think that's a good kind of handcuff there. 65-71 on the goalkeepers seems pretty exciting to me. And with the tactics we just kind of laid out earlier, like, I'm looking forward to seeing some of these things. Maybe we need to wait till the next episode before we see some of these players actually populate the squad, and we can actually, you know, really test them out. But I do want to put Grant in here for now anyway. And I want to just start. I just want to play a friendly. Got the team instructions done. I've done the player instructions already. I just want to double confirm when I look at them if I see that. No, I don't. Ah, there we go. I thought the arrows looked yellow. There we go. So we'll do that, and then we'll add in Grant into centre mid. And let's go play a friendly. Oh, did I play somebody I know? And let's just do random. Next episode, we'll do a few more friendlies. Put your club name down below and I'll search them in the comment section of this video next time we do some friendlies. That's a good idea. Now, we're playing somebody who's playing 4-2-4, by the way. This is a formation I toyed with. And this is a good level of squad, by the way. Very good level. Like, they should beat me on paper. It is a friendly, so it's more to see how the players develop, and do we see a different pattern of play. Do I reveal too much before the season starts in case any of you guys are in my league and scouting me? We've definitely been like stream sniped, as it were. That way in one or two of the matches, I've got no doubt about it. So I don't want to reveal too much, but I want to, you know, I've set these players up to play quite specifically, so I want to see like the positional freedom, the passing risk, all that kind of stuff maybe play out. He got right through the middle of defence there. Oh, if they're really bursting through channels. This 4-2-4 shape, by the way, might be OP for attacking. And with those wingers I've just brought in, they might become very important players potentially then. Because I'm set up for 4-2-4. I've got the tactic set for it already. This is interesting because somebody else mentioned to me, I think it was Jay, asked me about 4-2-4. I suppose with player instructions that could be extra level OP, couldn't it? Wow, they're just getting through me. Am I playing super high maybe? Yeah, so that's a bit dangerous. Yeah, man, look at this. We are far too high. Especially against that 4-2-4. Playing a high line, you're going to get cut open for fun, it feels like. Now, we're hanging in this game quite well. They've been good, but like it feels like they could just attack it well. Not seen any of our guys get any shots away. We are the underdog in this team, of course, but in this game. But we do have quality. Oh. Nice play from them, but what can we do? Yeah. This whole first half has just been them attacking. Oh. Nasser finally gets a bite at the cherry. Wow. Appleby take a bow, by the way. Is that a first half hat-trick? It is. He's good. 82 rated. Oh, he's Nasser level. He captained him. Maybe I should be doing that. Just cheat code on the best guy. An 81 rated mid as well. I've got nowhere near this guy first half. Tolentino's having a stinker. I like Mooney being captain because he's like quick, good dribbling, good passing, attacking mid, Scottish as well, you know, kind of the heartbeat of the team. Yeah, maybe this team's just a little bit too good to test this out with. It feels like a little bit counterproductive. Which is why I didn't want to pick a team, because I just don't know. Oh, I thought this would give me a kind of fair. It's not an unfair fight, let's say, but his squad is clearly cut above what mine is. You know, if you look at the ratings, yeah, it's just got that extra 3 or 4 players difference. Penguin coat, Medellin Hippos. Oh, nice. We rewind that a bit. Will wins the ball. Nice position for Will, by the way, to win the ball. He's a CDM. And then Tolentino For Lecoq, nice wee cut back. I can deal with that. I like that. Will quite aggressive there. I think I had his aggression on. More aggressive. Not triggering a press butt, which maybe I thought might have been happening there. Very direct. Very conservative passing. Low positional freedom. Oh, here we go. Boys on the break. Nasser, on you go. Play Mooney. Mooney too slow off the mark there, man. Oh, dangerous free kick, edge of the box. Oh, Nasser smashes it off the wall. Can we get something from the corner? But Tolentino. Nice swinging. Oh, bit too high. Goes all the way to the back post. Will wins it back. Oh no, they're going to counter us. No, yep, they counter us. Floret catches it. Get back up the pitch, boys. Wee Nasser, Grant, Mooney, Lecoq. What a bit of play, boys. That was. Eat your heart out. That's what we're after. That's what we're after. I love that. Wee Grant, by the way. Grant's always doing that to me, where you think, we'll just replace him, and then he plays good against a good opponent. You're like, that guy's got something. But pulling it back to 3-2, quite commendable considering the difference in quality here. Knew I was just going to jinx that there, do you know? Kazunori Ogino. What a banger. This guy's players have all split up, it's at least 2 bangers out the 4, if not 3. GG's to him. Just as we were pulling it back as well. It got snatched away from us. Really good friendly all the same, but Castagno. Oh, what a switch, wee man. Casas. Oh, what a switch, wee man. Castagno in the box. Oh. Frimpong to Grimaldo, that was, eh? That's quite cool. Not too bad. I'm not disheartened from this. Strike it. Oh, come on, boys. Come on, boys. Keep it tight. It's going to finish 4-2, isn't it? 4-3 would have been nicer. Medellin Hippos, well done to you. Is this a friendly someone played against me? Oh, nice. With the tactics, how good was their squad? Yeah, they're a new starter, aren't they? So my team's too well rated against that for that to be valuable insight. So, yeah, watch out, guys. In the comment section next time, I'll be checking squad names. And if any of these are in the Ice League, by the way, Martinek and Muller and any of the other players I've got available, like especially ones that did play for me, you can go and check their play history and stuff like that. They were all handy in the Ice League. There's no two ways about it. All those guys that you see here, free agents, and then just how good they are. I've put 4% on one or two of the ones that are a little bit better and stuff like that, but guys that I've never played are just at 2%, so quite modest. It's on auto accept as well, so if you ever want to get them, just go and send the offer for them. FC Barcelona, look at the club if you want. It should come up on the market tabs and everything else we've used in this stream to help me identify some of the players that I'm going after. And again, just to kind of recap and see where we're at with some of these offers. We've got 4 offers out for really like the backup gang, essentially, but with a bit of first team potential certainly sprinkled in there. Nice ratings overall. I think if you look at that last guy that did just hump us, if we did have like an extra couple of 73s into our team, it would have, maybe even done a little bit better, So it says we need another midfielder at least. I don't think this includes Bodnarenko, and the goalkeeper we've already signed. So I think we'll do alright on the thumbs up on the depth chart. The defence is there, we've got that sorted. And yeah, season 3 preparations are well underway. We've got 4 contracts outstanding. We've made 2 new acquisitions into the agency at the moment, but we're waiting to finalise contract terms to bring to FC Barcelona Alexander Benitez, our new Colombian backup goalkeeper, and Azat Bondnarenko, or perhaps cheat code. Do you know, it's actually quite interesting, he's right-footed as well. This guy, I've just got a feeling he's going to be cheat code. I can just feel it. I hope you've enjoyed this one, guys. On screen and now some other stuff that I've made that YouTube thinks you might enjoy. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more content like this. Stay out of trouble, and I will catch you on the next one.